Anyone who has read Battle Through the Heavens knows that the Soul Palace is terrifyingly strong. They are backed by the Soul Clan, and their number of Dou Sheng powerhouses are not small at all. Yet the question that has puzzled many fans is this: why did not Emperor Hun Tiandi, the leader of the Soul Clan, and one of the most terrifying figures in the entire Duchi continent, just send his Dou Shengs to wipe Xiao Yan off the map? When he was still weak after all, in theory a single Dou Sheng could have ended Xiao Yan's life. When he was still a Donghan, or even a Duang, many people give a simple explanation because of the plot. Xiao Yan is the main character. He is protagonist aura. The story would unexist if he died early. While that's true on a surface level, if we dig deeper into the novel's logic and the Soul Clan's long-term planning, we find that this is not just a matter of plot armor. It actually reflects the way Hun Tiandi thinks the structure of the Soul Clan's power system, and the 1,000-year plan that the Soul Emperor had been executing. To understand this, we must first grasp the core logic of the Soul Emperor. Hun Tiandi is not an ordinary ambitious clan leader. He has lived for countless years, schemed for centuries, and every move he makes is about the grand strategy of reviving the Soul Clan to its peak, and eventually breaking through to the Dodi realm. In his eyes, someone like Xiao Yan, especially in the early stages, was uneven a concern to him. Xiao Yan was not a threat, but an ant that could be stepped on at any time, hardly worth his attention. So what did Hun Tiandi actually care about? His goals can be summarized into two main objectives: raising the void, devouring flame to the level of a 9-star Dou Sheng, and nurturing it into an emperor level existence. This was his ultimate weapon, comparable to creating a nuclear bomb in modern terms. Once successful, the Soul Clan would possess an unstoppable force, activating the Soul Devouring Life-Destroying Formation, which could draw upon the energy of Zhangzhou itself, turning the entire central region into a power source for the Soul Clan. This was the clan's true ace in the hole, a move that could tilt the balance of power in the entire continent. Everything else, the collection of ancient jade pieces, the hunting down of rival clans, even the destruction of the Xiao family, were side quests. They were conveniences, not necessities, if ancient jade could be gathered. That was good. If not, it wasn't a big deal compared to empowering the void, devouring flame, or fueling the clan's ultimate formation. Now let us break down the Soul Clan's Millennium Plan priorities. First priority: feed the void, devouring flame, until it reached 9-star Dou Sheng and beyond, effectively weaponizing it into an emperor-level existence. Second priority: revive the 4 to 8-star Dou Sheng corpses, terrifying living dead. That would double the Soul Clan's top-level combat strength. Third priority: plant undercover agents into the Gu clan, Lei clan, and other ancient families, just like corporate espionage, weakening them from within. Fourth priority: set up the Soul Devouring Life-Destroying Formation to treat Zhangzhou like a giant rechargeable battery. Fifth priority: prepare backup plans, like detonating a 9th-rank profound pill to destroy the balance of the continent. If necessary, notice that searching for the ancient jade was uneven near the top of this list compared to the great picture. Those jades were just fragments of stone. So where does Soul Palace fit into this hierarchy? To put it simply, Soul Palace was like an outsourced company within the Soul Clan. Their main KPI was collecting soul essence to feed the void, devouring flame. That was their job description. Chasing Xiao Yan and tracking ancient jade were essentially side hustles initiated by ambitious palace masters who wanted to look good in front of their boss. In fact, Hun Tiandi himself once said very clearly, "You Soul Palace people can do whatever you want, as long as you do and interfere with my cultivation and plans." This shows how little he cared about Xiao Yan. At the beginning, Hun Mishen, the palace master, was too ambitious. Not only did he dig into the ancient jade matter, but he also ended up pushing Xiao Yan into becoming an enemy in management terms. This was over-service by a subordinate, doing more than necessary but also creating more trouble. Now let's talk about Xiao Yan's growth speed versus the Soul Clan's timeline. Think about the moments when Xiao Yan was rising step by step. When Xiao Yan reached Duwang, Hun Tiandi was busy preparing to resurrect Dou Sheng-level corpses. When Xiao Yan reached Duzang, Hun Tiandi was strengthening the clan's protective formations. When Xiao Yan became a 6-star Dou Sheng, Hun Tiandi had just fought Zhu Yuan and even stolen 3 pieces of ancient jade. He had no time to look at Xiao Yan the most he did was casually use Xiao Yan's father, as a bargaining chip only when Xiao Yan reached 7-star Dojuang and acquired an Emperor Realm soul. Did Hun Tiandi realize that this ant had grown at a rate faster than his own void-devouring flame. But by that time, Xiao Yan already had Zhu Yuan and Shi Yan as allies, and the Soul Clan's plans were too far along to change. This is like playing a battle royale game. Hun Tiandi was looting weapons and setting up his big plays while Xiao Yan was quietly leveling up. By the time Hun Tiandi looked back, Xiao Yan wasn't an ant anymore, but a mutant ant with an entire army backing him. And here's another perspective. Some might say, why not just send a random Dou Sheng early on to kill Xiao Yan? Wouldn't that solve everything? On paper, yes, but in practice, no, because Xiao Yan carried the protagonist's counterattack mechanism. If you sent a 1-star Dou Sheng, Xiao Yan would use the 3 mysterious transformations of heavenly fire. If you send it to star Dou Sheng, he'd unleash Buddha's Wrath Lotus. If you send a 3-star Dou Sheng, suddenly his allies' wives and friends would arrive. Every escalation would trigger Xiao Yan's hidden cards. In Hun Tiandi's eyes, this was simply not worth it. Why waste precious Dou Sheng resources on an ant, when even if you crush him, the cost might outweigh the benefits? It's like using a guided missile to kill a single mosquito. But Hun Tiandi underestimated one thing: Xiao Yan wasn't a normal ant. He was a mutant ant, the kind that secretly builds a nest in the beams of your house. By the time you realize that the damage is already irreversible, that's exactly what happened to the Soul Clan. So, in conclusion, Hun Tiandi didn't ignore Xiao Yan out of stupidity, but because his priorities were far higher and broader than Xiao Yan's survival. It was not because the Soul Clan was incompetent, but because Xiao Yan grew at a pace no one predicted, armed with protagonist aura, countless opportunities, and a destiny that clashed directly with the Soul Clan's Millennium Plan. Well, that's today's deep dive. What do you think? Was Hun Tiandi too careless, or was Xiao Yan simply destined to rise no matter what? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments and let us discuss together, alright? That wraps up today's discussion. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to see more deep dives into the secrets of battle through the heavens and other Donghua, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next upload. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next episode.